Morning, guys. I wanted to hop on this morning while I got this little extra time before work. I want to talk about things. I want to talk about the greatest thing we can do as far as our body, as far as building our immune system. The simple things should be simple, but it's not broken down and explained in layman's terms for the masses to acknowledge. And there's a purpose for this. They're not teaching this aspect I'm about to explain because it exposes the industries. It exposes our health system, the toxic treatments, synthetic chemical-based pharmaceuticals and vaccinations, and it exposes our malnutrition food that lacks the basics to balance our homeostasis, the basics that builds our internal environment that we need, that is essential to building and boosting our immune system. Problem with the mass populations, especially in our Western society, is everything's dead. There's no water, there's no minerals, and there's no energy within the foods we eat. And those three factors is what builds what's called prebiotics and probiotics. Prebiotics and probiotics are essential for building antibodies. And that's the thing they're failing to tell us. What they're identifying as the COVID-19, this virus, isn't a virus in the sense that they're trying to show, that they're trying to teach. It is merely an infected immunity cell. And the problem is, like I was saying, we eat trash. We eat food with no nutritional properties, with no water content, with no live energy enzymes within it. Therefore, our gut bacteria is called Candida albicans. It's an acidic, it's lacking hydrogen properties. And these infected cells are being mutated within our bodies, stemming from the bacterial environment that it feeds off of. And it's creating the viruses. So all they are identifying is an infected exosome, which is a natural immunity cell. It goes hand in hand with our nerve endings. 70% is in our gut, because that's where we contract most of our viruses. It's through our breathing, it's through our eating, it's exposing in our mouth. And that's our problem. We have to start eating live fruits and vegetables. If you want to truly boost your kid's immune system, if you want to truly build your kid's immune system, stop feeding them trash. Stop letting this convenient, processed and refined and preserved foods, that quick microwavable bullshit, the foods high in sugar, the abundance of bread, the abundance of meat, cheese, milk. These are all acidic within our bodies. This is all what I just mentioned builds Candida albicans. This is what is creating the virus internally. We're not contracting this virus from other individuals. The virus cannot transfer from host to host if the incubated conditions are not kept. This is why STDs are transferable. These are one of the only natural ways you're going to catch a virus, contract a virus in a natural way. The only other ways is like blood transfusions and that nasty V word, vaccinations. When they directly inject this incubated virus in a solution. The solution has a food source. The solution, the temperature is kept. The acidic properties is kept in the environment. Therefore, it can sustain life. When we breathe it out of our body, when we sneeze it out, when we cough it out, so many factors kill this virus. So many factors take away the conditionings for it to sustain its life. Oxygen alone is going to kill it. Sunlight will kill it. I mean, the temperature will kill it. I mean, even other particles within the air or your environment that gets within the substance around that virus, it'll kill it. And that's my point. Either your body is going to have the bacterial materials stemming from the foods we eat to efficiently and effectively deal with these toxin particles that infect our immune cells. And if we have the correct bacterial environment, we won't have signs, we won't have symptoms, because our body is efficiently dealing with it. It will create antibodies, it will encode it into our DNA, and this is what they're identifying, is the genetics, the RNA. RNA are the proteins that build our genetic strands of our DNA. That's how you protect your physical body. Now, I want to talk about our true potentials and our true contributions in this world we're living in. Okay? We are giving our power over to a hidden monster. And it's this whole fear propaganda bullshit, the mask, the over sanitizing, the gloves. We are supposed to be in contact with germs, with bacteria. This is what allows for us to be healthy, because we're only going to weaken our immune system by, one, the stress hormones we induce by fear, our thoughts alone. And that's the thing, is our power lies in our consciousness. But we're subconsciously giving this away by buying into the propaganda bullshit. We're creating stress hormones, which sends us into fight or flight mode, which stops our body from dealing with toxins. I mean, viruses, bad bacteria, parasites, funguses. I mean, we're enabling our body from protecting ourselves, because to our conscious mind, we're taking it as we have a direct threat exteriorly. Therefore, like I said, our body induces this flight or fight mode, which stops rebuilding cells, which stops efficiently distributing oxygen and materials through our body in all these billions of fucking areas. So David Icke explained it perfectly towards the end of the Rose Icke interview, the third interview, when he's telling people love is the answer. Love is the answer. Love is a biochemical. When we're conscious over ourself, we produce good biochemicals. Biochemicals is what boosts our immune system. This is what boosts our energy. This is what boosts our balancements. And when we're conscious and we don't buy into the propaganda and the fear factors, we truly take our power back. We are co-creators. This is our God-given ability. Like, this is one of our greatest abilities, that we are given free will to create, but we're co-creating collectively together. It's when we are conscious and we remain conscious to what we're putting forth, that we get what we want. This is the power of manifestation. I mean, throughout this entire planet, all the oldest cultures and belief systems have some form of an interpretation of this, whether we call it prayer, whether we call it mantras, blessings, grace, Indian chants. This is us manifesting reality. This is what we're supposed to be doing, but most are unconscious, or most are allowing for their subconsciousness to take over with this fear. And we're perpetuating fear, and we're manifesting fear into our realities. Stop buying tickets to their circus. Shut your fucking TV off. Go outside. Absorb the sun rays. Because that one alone, why they're not allowing for us to take our children to parks, especially when it's warm outside where the sun is shining, because the sun is going to kill a fucking virus. So there's absolutely no logic to it. We can't go to a park, but we can go to a grocery store where people are walking around, I mean, everywhere. It just makes no sense. They're telling us to lock ourselves in our house and over-sanitize shit. We ain't doing nothing but lowering and weakening our immune system. And all while we're doing these actions of putting a mask on to protect ourselves, because we're not protecting ourselves. We're hindering ourselves. We're enabling ourselves. But the consciousness, being conscious over yourself, focus on things you want to be reality. Because this is how we achieve it. If you think it, you can achieve it. If you believe it, you can succeed it. Action and reaction, cause and effect. Everything boils down to this in some way, shape, or form. It's the universal truth. It's like I said, it's our greatest God-given abilities. We're not conscious to it. We hand our consciousness over, and that kickstarts our subconsciousness, which is constantly being influenced and impacted by the establishments. We put blind faith in the establishments, whether it's government organizations, whether it's the health establishment, whether it's elite corporations. We're constantly putting blind faith into their systems that are designed systematically to do as I said, and that's to manipulate. That's to influence. And it truly is taking away our greatest God-given ability to create. We're perpetuating their bullshit instead of perpetuating what we want. What we want for not only ourselves, but our children, future generations. Because we are on the brinks of one of two things, and that's the thing, is our free will as a species is still in limbo. We get to create this shit. And what we're doing, we're perpetuating the shit we don't want. The sex, the drugs, the violence, the war, the deaths, the viruses. It doesn't have to be this way. But I'm hopeful. I remain optimistic because every day I have good conversations with not only my tenants, but total strangers. I mean, I just had a good conversation in this gas station with a total stranger, talking about virology, talking about immunology, talking about microbiology. the way our bodies truly work, the way they can have their bodies creating antibodies instead of viruses. And that's, now they are conscious to it. They don't have blind faith that the system is telling them the truth. They said they're going to start eating fruits and vegetables. And they said they're going to start drinking lemon juice, which that can make a world of difference. This is where knowledge is key. Our health is our foundation. Our beliefs are our success. And our wisdom is our power. This is the same saying I've been saying for years. I coined the little motto, my steps to enlightenment, because I truly believe there's many systems. Individuals can there's endless ways to make up systems of wordplay, because words are physical. This is why our word structure is called spelling, because we are casting spells, whether consciously or subconsciously. We are putting from within to manifesting without. This is, like I said, saying a prayer, same thing. Synchronicity, karma, the golden rule. There's many ways to interpret it. There's many ways of acknowledging the universal truth. Understand you possess these same God-given abilities. Every single human does. And it's when we individually take our consciousness and we apply it to where we want it. Stop having blind faith. I ain't saying don't have faith, because I walk with faith. Every step I take is faith. But it's not blind faith. Faith saying to let go. Blind faith is saying, I don't know why I let go. I know why I let go. Because I know what I'm putting forth. Therefore, there will be a reaction to what I put forth. Do unto others as you would want to be done upon. It's the golden rule found across this entire planet and all the oldest cultures and belief systems. They all had a sense of this universal truth. This is the ideology and word breakdown of gospel. Go spell. Go, meaning to move from one place to another. Spell, meaning to create or form. Go spell, meaning to create or form from one place to another. This is manifestation. This is creating. So as I said, be conscious over yourself. Understand that knowledge is key, health is your foundation, belief is your success, and wisdom is your power. This is saying be conscious over your mind and your body, and through application and experience, you will manifest the realities you seek. Don't underestimate not only your physical body, but your mental, because they work together. It's the balancement between mind and body that creates what we want. The foods we eat, the ideals we consume, the thoughts we put forth, these are all perpetuators. And they're going to unbiasedly react. Know your God-given abilities, guys. Each and every single one of us possesses this. Knowledge is key. Health is your foundation. Belief is your success, and wisdom is your power. I hope all create blessed days for themselves. Love you guys. One love.